Sri Lanka's largest Na, or ironwood forest, is nestled by the largest rose quartz mountain range, whose origin is said to go back billions of years. This enchanting grove is located 6 kilometers on the Andiyagala Road, once you turn off at the Madhutugama Junction on the Colombo-Anuradhapura Road. Close to the historical national Namal Uyana is the Kalavara, itself a historical landmark which speaks of a unique hydraulic civilization, the majestic Aukana Buddha statue, and Vijitapura. Buddhist philosophy is profoundly bound with nature, and the systematically designed National Namal Uyana bears witness to this. It was from this hut, atop this historic Mora tree, that Reverend Vanavasi Rahulapero began his quest to establish this ironwood forest as the national Namal Uyana, in order to create awareness about this national treasure and the rose quartz deposit, and also protect them from the timber racketeers, treasure hunters, and poachers who have for many years ravaged these lands. The early history of this place goes back to the part of the Anuradhapura period, beginning with King Devanampiya and ending with King Dappula IV. According to archaeologists, this had been one of the many forest abodes of meditating bhikkhus. The archaeological findings also show that during the tenure of Dappula in the 8th century, this was declared a forest reserve. It was the first time in history that a forest had been declared a reserve for human habitation. All life forms, human beings included, are born with a desire to live. What separates human beings from other life forms is the desire to also improve the conditions of life. Even in this effort, human beings, like other species, necessarily make use of the immediate environment they live in. Living is but a matter of maintaining good health in body and mind, both in the individual and society in general. The forest environment has lots to offer in order to further such a pursuit. The forest gives us medicinal plants, food, clean air, fresh water, coolness, quietude, aesthetic beauty, mental peace, and many other resources. And yet, it is imperative that when the taking is done, there is a clear and unequivocal understanding of limits and the regenerative capacity of the environment and nature's many cycles. As the saying goes, nature is not something bequeathed to us, but something we've taken on credit from the next generation. Over 70% of the total land area of Sri Lanka was covered with forest in the year 1900. At the end of the century, the forest cover had dwindled to less than 19%. It is therefore the primary duty of every citizen of this land to protect what little is left of our forests, not least of all because of all the treasures that the forest in its infinite benevolence offers us. If all the forest cover disappeared, we would be starved of water and robbed of a vast pool of genetic resources with boundless potential for medicines and other uses. Such an eventuality will cause havoc in weather patterns, interfering with agricultural cycles. Further impoverishment and dependence will necessarily follow. The focus today has been the protection of the better-known forest reserves such as Singharaja, Knuckles, Rikigala and Horton Plains. No less important is the national Namal Uyana for the unique character, historical significance and cultural import that lies within these 2,000 acres. Ceylon ironwood, a tree that was originally endemic to Sri Lanka, is now found in Malaysia, India and Burma. This indigenous tree was declared as the national tree of Sri Lanka on February 26, 1986, for its cultural and historical significance as well as its aesthetic beauty. Na, which belongs to the genus Butferae, is referred to as Naga Kesara in Sanskrit and Naga Karami in Tamil. Born of the golden seed, the Na grows as tall as 25 to 30 meters, its branches spreading out to form a canopy. It grows both in the dry and wet zones of the country, up to an elevation of 1,200 feet. The Na leaf, which glistens in a multiplicity of colors, is itself a wondrous creation of nature. In the season when the new leaves come out, the entire tree takes on a tinge of red. The Na flower is made up of 2 inward-pointing whitish petals and 4 large and tender petals. The spherical Na pod contains 4 seeds. Reproduction occurs when the pod breaks, casting out the seeds. A cubic foot of Na wood weighs around 40 kilograms. Its hardness naturally gives rise to the name ironwood. The roots, bark, seeds and flowers of the Na are used to stop bleeding, for phlegm-related ailments and in aphrodisiac concoctions. Since the Na tree is held sacred, it is often found in temples, kovils and devales. What is unique to the Namal Uyana is that the trees have been grown in clumps. The water in the area is crystal clear and pure. In addition to Na, there is also ebony, miller, halmilla, panakka, velan-vavarana and other valuable trees in the Namal Uyana. 72 medicinal plants have already been identified. There are 18 trees, some endemic to this forest. There are over 75 species of ants in the forest. There is also a snail with a unique shape. In the streams, rivulets, and the reservoir found in the forest, there are many species of fish. Teppili, lula, tittaya, angutta, hunga, petia are some of them. Almost all the reptiles found in the dry zone of Sri Lanka can be found in this forest. In addition to poisonous snakes such as cobra and viper, the dreaded spider tarantula is also resident to this area. It is reported that there is a species of lizard that is endemic to the Namal Uyana. Monkeys, elephants and deer are among the larger animals who cohabit this unique ecosystem. As mentioned before, the rose quartz deposit has a history that goes back many millions of years. Legend has it that rose quartz from this area was used to make the rose-tinted windows of Shah Jahan's timeless monument of love, dedicated to his beloved Mumtaz, the Taj Mahal. According to archaeologist Bandhu Veeravardhana, this is also the largest site containing fossilized remains of plant life. It is sometimes difficult to imagine that these rocks containing rose quartz are actually located in this country. The main non-biotic feature of the area is this hillock of rose quartz. In scientific terms, it is called silicon dioxide. The main purpose of this documentary is to introduce Namal Uyana and its scientific, historical and cultural worth to ecotourists, environmentalists and other students of nature. Plans are underfoot to develop a center for the study and conservation of nature within the precincts of the Namal Uyana. It is hoped that such an institute would help conservation efforts and the general drive to protect biological diversity, prevent species depletion, and stop soil erosion. Another objective is to create awareness of the archaeological remains found in the Namal Uyana and facilitate further exploration and study of these artifacts. Finally, It must not be forgotten that none of these can effectively be protected and developed if the social, economic, and cultural issues of the surrounding communities remain unaddressed.